So Vedavyasa is a title given to him. His name was Krishna Dvipayanaha. Dvipayanaha because he was born on an island to a fisher girl. I can't even call her fisher woman. She was a very young girl. When she had a relationship with the Rishi Parashara, an illegitimate child. That you are not conditioned by your birth or your past. Okay. That young fisher girl goes on to become Satyavati. She was called Matsyagandha. Goes on to become Satyavati, the empress of Bharatavarsha, ruling from Hastinapura. And that child goes on to become Vedavyasa. I mean, Swami talked about some of the texts that he has written, Mahabharata, Vyasa, analysis of the Brahma Sutras, the Brahma Sutras itself, analysis of the Upanishad, etc. Huge work. So fitting that his birthday is celebrated as Guru Purnima, as paying homage to the Gurus. But he is not the first one. It's a huge line before them. Before him, there's a huge line of rishis. After him, there's an equally long line. And line is not ended. Okay? A fresh line is going to start now, with the ashram coming up at Kalyan. Okay? Branches of rivers, goes on. So I thought I will say a few words on the teaching style. Okay. People come to learn. The teacher is very compassionate, accepting, kind, helpful, always there. This style is called the Marjara Nyaya, the logic of the cat. Like how the cat looks after its kittens, carries it everywhere, The kitten doesn't have to do anything, just be. But after some time, another style comes up. All my old students are familiar with it. Called Markata Nyaya. The Nyaya of the logic, of the style of the monkey. Monkey jumps from branch to branch. The monkey mother is jumping from branch to branch. The child better hold on. So if the first style is all about love and compassion, the second style is about being confrontative, challenging, pushing. Both the styles are necessary. Yeah. If it is only compassion, students become soft, namby-pamby, takes it for granted. Swamiji won't mind. We can manage him. Yeah. Like somebody said, no? It is better to say sorry than ask for permission. Permission may not be given. Sorry बोलेगा स्वामी मान लेगा. So if it is only compassion, that will be what happens. So you need the second part, that confrontation, calling a spade. If something is idiotic, to say it is idiotic. So the student also has to be comfortable with both the styles. With compassion, you feel validated. With confrontation, you grow. Compassion validates you as a person, makes you feel accepted, makes you feel relaxed. I don't have to put on a front in front of my teacher. I can be what I am. I am accepted for what I am. Important. Nobody has to put on a front. You are accepted for what you are. And the confrontation is challenging you to grow if the growth has not already happened. If the growth has happened, there is no need for a confrontation. If it has not happened, then the style becomes a bit confrontative. A confrontation doesn't mean I'm going to roll up my sleeves and That's not what is meant by confrontation. To challenge the student to grow. The challenging itself is part of that. So you feel good and validated with the teacher's compassion. You grow with the teacher's confrontation. All teachers have it. Now some may be predominantly compassionate. Predominantly. Like Puja Swamiji. He's predominantly compassionate. But I know how confrontative he could be. How dismissive he could be. I know people in my class sometimes, is so dismissive about our ideas. You should have seen the way Swamiji used to dismiss some of the ideas I had. Totally. Not in private. Publicly in front of everyone. Not after I joined the ashram, much before that. When I used to go and talk to him, of course in a group, even when my girlfriend was there, he would still be dismissive. Markata. That means grow. Don't feel hurt. Don't feel upset. Grow. Without that disciplining, without that confrontation, you don't grow. And some gurus lean more towards that. Like Swami Chinmayaniji, all of those of us who know Swami Chinmayaniji. He was like a volcano. People are scared to go near him. No, go. You'll get burnt. Doesn't matter, you'll grow. You'll grow. Of course, if it is only confrontative, the students will run away. It happened in one of my class. After 20 years of teaching them, 20 years, okay, unconditional teaching, compassion, everything. When I started confronting, some of them dropped out. I said, good riddance. Good riddance. Why? Why do you think a teacher teaches? A teacher is not after Gurudam. A teacher doesn't want Gurudam. Kings can be after a kingdom. A teacher need not have a Gurudam. He doesn't have to be Jagat Guru. The teacher teaches because he sees how much people suffer for lack of this knowledge. You can be Ananda Sarupa, but your life is kabhi khushi, kabhi gam. And there seems to be more gam than khushi. How do you know that? You have been through there. You have been there. You have done that. Yeah, we have been there. So we know what it is. So that's how the parampara goes. Both the styles are there. And both people grow. And I'm talking this now purely based on the personality and the functioning. In terms of a person. That's why they say, go do seva to a teacher. So people think, oh, carry his bag. Bow the bow. You think someone like me requires something like that? There's only one person who will rival me here. Where is Kavita gone? We trek in the Himalayas with 10-12 kilos on our back. What are you talking about carrying a small bag? पाव दबाएगा तो your hands will pain. और क्या? That's not the seva we are talking about. Functioning. Yeah. Like what we said, we need volunteers. That is the seva. Why? You help in the work. Two people who work together understand each other very well. In fact, sometimes I have seen two colleagues understanding each other better than husband and wife understand each other. Why? Because you're working together. You know what is the background, what is the valuable, what he holds as important, what he doesn't. So in the process, your understanding of the learning also grows. It doesn't become personality based anymore. Otherwise it gets personality based. Because you put the Guru on a pedestal. Worship him. You work together, you know, oh my God, he gets angry. I thought he's all love. Yeah, he's loving, he's compassionate, but he can get angry also. All those of you who feel Swami Dayananda was compassion incarnate has not worked with him. I have. It was not easy to work with him. Oh, with Swami Dayananda it was not easy to work with him. No, it wasn't. But I was always there working with him. Well, I grew in the process. I grew. There are times I got angry, there are times I got upset, there are times I argued with him. But at the end of the day, I prostrated to him and said, "You are my Guru, I am your Sishya." That is it. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. And in the process, I understand, what is his thinking? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? So in the process, the understanding of the teaching also gets refined. At the risk of sounding immodest. Anyway, I don't have false modesty. At the risk of sounding immodest, I'll share something, okay, of how that our thinking was so much in harmony. See, initially, I used to spend a lot of time with him. Then when I started my own classes, that, I can't spend that much of time with him because he's traveling all over and I'm stuck in Bombay. Starting a class for a sadhu is starting samsara, okay? So, I'm stuck in Bombay, he's there. But certain things, I would develop certain arguments, certain this. And when I meet him and discuss, I'm finding it is identical to what he has developed. That means what? Our thinkings have become in sync. Thinking have become in sync. Yeah. Then how much does it take for the vision to happen or the nishtha to happen if your thinking is in sync? But each person have different thinking now. All thinking is in harmony with the Upanishad. There is no difference. Whatever the difference is, it is all in harmony with the teachings of the Upanishad. Therefore, it's all in sync. It's all synchronized. There is no difference. Yeah, personality differences will be there. That's a different thing. That's personality, background, culture. And few more minutes you to go or what? Not tired. Okay. All right. So, when I'm saying in sync with the teaching, this is not like teaching physics, mathematics, psychology. This is not like that. This teaching is very, very, very different. As Sureshwara Acharya in Naishkarma Siddhi says, Vakyadeva avakyartha pratipatti. That which is not conditioned by the words, that which is not limited by the words. Or if you want to put it in terms of modern Vedanta, that which is beyond the words has to be understood by the words themselves. Those of you who were there in my morning Vedanta Paribhasha class today. Yeah. What is beyond the words has to be understood by the words. That means what? Look at it. I can't use known words to teach about the Atma. What is known words? Phone, mic, pen, table, chair. These are all known words. They don't have to do anything with the Atma. And when you say Atma, Atma is I. What I? I is I. What you see is what you get. So known words won't work. Then I have to use what? Unknown words. But unknown words, how will you understand it? You don't know the word anyway. My teacher used to always say, Atma is lodo lodang. Kuch samjha? You don't know the Atma is lodo lodang. Oh, no, it's not lodo lodang. It's infinite, divine, supreme bliss. Infinite, divine, supreme bliss. Abhi samajh gaya na? Unknown, what's that? Unknown. Hey. Do you know what is infinite? Everything you know is finite. But infinite, no. What is infinite? Desha kala aparichinnam. Definition is very clear. Barabar mug up karke baitha hai. Oh, mugging up habit has not gone from school days on. Unconditioned by time and space. Very good. What is that? Infinite. Supreme. Another word. What is supreme? Supreme commander? That I can understand. I served under a great supreme commander. Sam Bahadur. Another supreme I know is Lux Supreme. Very popular in our times. What is supreme? Divine. What is divine? It's simply divine. And what do you mean by divine? Really, what is divine? I mean, what is this thing that we call divine? How do you define it? How do you explain it? Divine. You know, it is divine, yeah. What is divine? Bliss. What is bliss? Raining outside, chai and pakoras. Arey, why didn't I think of chai and pakoras instead of ordering upma and all that? A couple of people found that pineapple shira blissful. What is bliss? It's an experiential word. Therefore, It is very highly subjective. If you go to Kerala at this time, in the evening, you know what bliss is, no? Very small. That is bliss. I have a doctor friend. She says, I don't even like the smell of that thing. Highly subjective. What is bliss? So we have just picked up words because we have been exposed to them for some time. We think we know. We think we know. Swamiji, simple, no? You always say it. Atma is awareness. Consciousness. What is that? Even there, what is that? Because all the awareness that you know of is experiential. Isn't it? Political awareness. How many of us have political awareness? Do you know what happened in Maharashtra today? Karma can come and bite you in the back very well, you know. So some people don't know what happened. Okay, for them political awareness is low. For some political awareness is high. Social awareness, geopolitical awareness. So awareness is used in these type of terms. So again, when you're using the word awareness, I have to use those common words in an uncommon sense. Are you aware of this pen? Don't worry, I'm not going to do any magic trick. You're aware of this pen, isn't it? Who is aware of this pen? You. When you say I, what do you mean? Your mind, isn't it? What is aware of this pen? Through your eyes, exactly, all that fine, but your mind is aware of it. So when I say, are you aware of the fact that you know this pen? Right now, are you aware of the fact you know this pen?
Yes.
Is there any difference between the first aware and the second aware?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Look at it. I am aware of this function of the mind. I am aware of my mind, knowing this. That awareness is you, the Sakshi. The second aware is what we are talking about, you, the Sakshi. Antakarna upahitam chaitanyam, not avichannam. First is Antakarna avichannam chaitanyam, for those who are attending the Vedanta Paribhasha. Second is Antakarna upahitam, the Sakshi, the witnesser. Witness of all that you know, all that happens in your mind. So now look at what you have done. The I that you took as a mind, because you said I know the pen, the I that you have taken as the mind, now you have taken a step back to the consciousness that is manifest, to the awareness manifest in the mind. You have already taken a step back. Then I have to reveal more of that awareness. That's why I can't categorize. Atma is like this, like this, like this. Anatma is like this, like this, like this. Guaranteed you will have misunderstandings. Guaranteed. Yeah, if I teach like that, guaranteed you will have misunderstandings. The nature of the Atma compared to the nature of Maya It is good for an academic exercise, okay? If you are doing your master's or your PhD, it is fine. But that's not what Vedantic teaching is about. This methodology that I just demonstrated, this is called the Sampradaya of teaching. If you don't follow the Sampradaya of teaching, generally is put as using Lakshana, implied meanings. So that also becomes a conditioning. Implication. Always you, I will imply. You can imply a lot of things. Like look at it, in the statement you can imply a lot of things, I am implying a lot. No? Each person is taking it as they want. Teaching is a communication. So what is there in my head, my vision, I have to be able to express it and you have to be able to understand it. That is the Sampradaya. Yes, Lakshana is used. Lakshana is used like how? When we use the word awareness, it is not the first awareness we are using. It is not awareness of this that we are using. That's why many of you would have tried to explain it to a friend. Atma, and they'll raise half a dozen questions and you won't be able to explain them. Why? Because this Sampradaya, that has to be picked up. Along with the learning, this Sampradaya has to be picked up. Swamiji, how do you pick up that? You pick it up by learning only. There is no separate teacher's training course in Vedanta. What I did in Sandipni and Rishikesh is not a teacher's training course. What she did in Coimbatore is not a teacher's training course. If there is a teacher's training course in Vedanta, I'll guarantee you it won't work. After all, I've been a full-timer in this for almost 50 years. So I know, 50 years, more maybe, 76 onwards, 50 years. Maybe 2026 may 50 years. Full-timer. So I know if there's a teacher's training course, it won't work. You go to know the truth yourself. So when you know, you'll also pick up. If you're a Kushala, you'll also pick up the way of unfolding. The way of unfolding it, you'll pick up. Because you cannot separate knowing the truth and the way of unfolding. You cannot separate the two. That's why in one of the Upanishads, when the student goes and tells the teacher, Adihi Devo Brahmeti, oh Guru, Devaha, please teach me what is Brahman. Shankara explained that teach me what is Brahman, Adihi. What he actually means is Madartham Smara. For my sake, you remember how you were taught and teach me in the same way. Because you got it. If you teach me the same way, I'll get it. Of course, taking into account cultural and contemporary issues. So that is the teaching style. That is the pure teaching. Markata and Maharjara is a functioning aspect of that. The relationship between the teacher and the student. So it covers both. Okay. And if everything works together, if the student is an adhikari, the teacher is a sampradaya with, there is no reason why knowledge cannot happen. There is no reason where every person can know the truth and the parampara can go on. Okay, good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.